Punk unicorns, we're here to stay, living our lives in our own way. Mama K and Nikki B, we're here to slay, tearing down walls we don't play. Gay man, be a woman, we're all one. Eccentric and wild, we're never done. Garage gods of filth and blasphemy. We're the punk unicorn family. Give us a hug, we'll give you a laugh. It's the Punk Unicorns Podcast. Mama K and Nikki B, we're a blast. Join us and you'll have a blast.
Hi everybody!
Welcome. This is episode something or other, season
11, season 3.
3, episode 11.
Oh my god.
It is
That's a
I,
lot.
Mama K,
And Nikki B.
and special guest today that will be on later for a special segment will be one of my children.
Yes, they're going to tell stories about Kathy's magnificence.
Something like that. Okay, so first off, it's fucking raining.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fucking raining.
Yeah, every single retention pond, like, you know, the one in front of that tool place on Little York,
Yes.
you know how you can usually see like 12 feet of that nice gravel siding they put on it? The water's at the top.
Right,
All you
I
can
bet.
see is the grass.
I bet Rip Rap shut down right now.
Hello, I was just getting that part.
Yeah.
I driving down Rip Rap on the way here. I'm looking at all the beautiful honeysuckle flowers, and I'm like, wait a minute. The river's parallel with the road. I'm
Right.
6 feet from the river
I'm
right
6
now.
feet from the river, and I'm thinking
So it's probably gonna be shut down later today.
it's been
Well-
shut down for several different reasons, but I don't know what. But we had all this stupid rain. We lost power on Saturday, and
Not me.
my grandson is. He's in the middle of being tested, but we're pretty sure ADHD autistic. We're not there yet, but I'm pretty sure he's autistic. He
For a fact.
huh?
I know for a fact.
I know for a fact too. Well, during the winter, we had a storm and the power went out. And so the kids wouldn't get cold. Mike and I took them out to the car.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, we let them sit in the back of the car. We let them
Kinda like
watch
camping.
movies.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
so we could charge our devices, and the kids were watching TV. So my grandson has this thing. He's 5. He'll be like, "Mama, what happened outside?" And then we have to tell the story like all the time. And he just keeps saying, "Mom, if it's raining, Mama, power go out. We go out in the car, Mama," and we would play in the car.
That's cute. And he's
And-
like, I already know what we do.
So Saturday comes around and we're all in bed at this point, but we're not asleep. We're just, getting there. And the power goes out. Next thing you know, my daughter starts losing her ever-loving shit. And I'm like, this is what they've been asking for. I'm not going to get up and go take them out in the car because it's a thunderstorm, but, And all of a sudden I hear my grandson, he's in the room with Cameron, he's like, "I want to go home." And I'm like, "You little shit, we have to talk about this every day, and you want to go home?" Oh,
He doesn't want to go
oh.
camp and watch movies in the truck.
No,
Or the
he
van, I mean?
doesn't.
Oh, a little fart knock.
I know, he's such a pain in the ass. You know what else is a pain in the ass? A colonoscopy.
Literally.
Right, have you had the pleasure yet?
No, but I'm getting insurance in June, and then I'll schedule one next year after my birthday.
So I went to the doctor last week, and she said that I could either have the colonoscopy or poop in a bucket. And I was like, I'll poop in a bucket.
Oh, why doesn't everybody poop in a bucket? Is that not an option for everybody?
Well, you get
Nah.
the 2 options. I guess the actual colonoscopy will show more
It's
that,
gotta be
and
some type of
like
sexual
if the Cologuard comes back with something, I'll have to have a rectal exam anyway. And so some people just go ahead and, you know what I mean? And I'm like, no, let's start out this way. If I don't have to have a camera shoved up my ass, then let's just do this first. But let me just tell you guys,
Oh God.
let's just walk through it together. So
Yay!
you get this thing, yeah, I'll yell for you when it's your turn. So you get this thing and you put it in your toilet seat, right? And then
It's like a camping bag, like a camping
right,
toilet.
so it's like a thing, kind of, and you put the thing there, and then you put the
How do
seat
you
down.
poop and not pee?
You got to make sure that you pee first, because it says there can be a little bit of pee in there, but you want to try to not do that. So I made sure that I peed before I even set up.
I feel like I
The
could throw
stuff.
off the sugar in
Yes.
the poop. And they
So
could
I
think
didn't,
okay.
so I made sure. And so you put that in there, and then like there's this little bucket thing, like it's about like this, and you set it in there, and I'm like,
Look,
how-
and I'm reading. Look who's on me today. His Holiness,
His
the Bhakti
Holiness.
Devotee Swami Bhupapa.
Well, I mean, they are going to conclave tomorrow, so it represents. So I poop in the bowl, and then I put the lid on it. Well, no, let me back up. I poop in the bowl, and then sorry, my eyes are like really dry right now. So then you have to take like this swab thing, okay?
No, I think
So
they're
like
I think
when
they're
you
gassing us
when
from
you
outside.
had to do the COVID test and you shove the Q-tip into your brain cavity and then you swish it around, I had to take this thing and that looked like a spoolie, right? And stir my shit with it, and then put it back in the thing, and then put it back in it, and then put in it and then pour this liquid on top of my shit, and then put the lid back on it, and then take it to the UPS store and be like, here's a box of my shit.
Is it in discreet packaging or does it say
Well,
fragile?
It says human substances, I think it says.
Blech. So it's either
It's either body parts or shit.
Semen, cooter semen, or
Human specimen, that's what it says.
poopy.
Sorry guys, my eyes are dry as shit.
There's something going on with my eyes. I think that your son just sprayed some kind of nanogel.
He did. He
into
was
the
so
air.
mad. So then I also had blood work done. That came back a little wonky. The doctor's not too entirely concerned, but the rest of these tests will help be an indication
Alleviate all
of what's going on. And then also, I would like to say that I officially joined the I Am Elderly Club.
That's hot.
received.
Did you get an ARP membership by accident?
Not yet, but I did get my handicap placard.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Now you can be Kathy Bates from Fried Green Tomatoes.
That's right, bitch. I'm older and have more insurance.
Woo, woo. That's hot.
Okay, you know what? We are gonna let Cameron do this segment real quick, so I can go put stuff in my eyes and find out what the hell. So, as you guys know, Mother's Day is fast approaching. He's going to do an interview with my child about me for Mother's Day, and then he can interview me about my many mothers. And like maybe he can be like, which one of your mothers would ... See, because I have a birth mother, she's in heaven, and then I have my grandmother in heaven, that's the one that raised me, and then I have my muffin. My muffin was one of my mothers growing up, and then I also have Mama Tammy, which is my bestie friend Bert's mother. And then I also have my stepmother Kim, who's been in my life for the last 17 years.
That's a lot of moms.
And this mom, Kim, she is literally my kid's grandmother. This is my mom. This is my mom. When somebody says, who is your mom? I say Kim Hughes. That's my mom. And she's taken her job very seriously, and we've gotten so much closer since my asshole father died. It's been great. So anyway.
Was she a teacher?
Which one?
Hughes?
No.
Okay.
No. She works for the government.
I had a really cool teacher at Butler. She's still alive, I think.
Any
And,
Hugheses, there's only like literally 3 people in the state of Ohio by the last name of Hughes that we're related to. All of our Hugheses are in Virginia and South.
Yeah, she married in, so she's not even a huge.
Yeah, this is.
She was
Wait,
that,
what's her name?
She was like that. I just remember her as Mrs. Hughes. She was like that.
Oh, it was a
hot
teacher. I was gonna say
She
it
was
might have
that
been my
teacher
cousin's wife, but they
everyone
just got married. But.
Wanted to fuck. She was
Okay,
that-
Cameron. It's time for your segment. What? Typical 17-year-old response. Let me hit the pin before you.
The
Benjamin button.
Benjamin Button.
So, without any further ado, I'm going to go get some drops for my eyeballs. And, ladies and gentlemen, my youngest son, Cameron, will be now interviewed by Nikki B while I find.
Can I tell them the secret
About what?
about who I really am?
No.
Maybe.
So,
The reincarnation of Biggie.
maybe.
What's
Okay.
Little one?
Hi everybody. We're gonna welcome Cameron to the show. Say hi.
Hi, guys.
Yay.
UPS is here.
No, I don't think they're for us.
No, that's probably actually ice.
Like, here,
Oh,
shit
shit.
in this one. I brought you two.
Oh, they're in the wrong neighborhood.
Right. Anyway, so coming up is everyone's favorite holiday. We wouldn't have it without them. Mother's
Christmas
Day.
already passed. Oh.
No, Mother's Day.
They are coming here. That is a Cologuard box.
We
Why are
all-
they sending me another Cologuard box? Yeah, you gotta shit again.
Oh my god,
You're fucking
they are.
lying.
They're gonna make you poopy.
It is. What the fuck, bro?
Oh, I said this shit too runny.
It is. Why are they sending me another one?
I don't know, but
Don't knock on my door. You got a side for it.
I would so make out with him.
Hey, look, he trying not to look in the window.
Yeah, anyway,
Sorry, go ahead.
so as part of Mother's Day, we all have these wonderful Mother's Day memories. You know, like eating chicken at the park with your mom and planting flowers or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, what is
Did
your...
they send my shit back to me?
I think they did. Is that the same box?
I think it is. Yes, because it's been ripped.
Ew, what the fuck?
Why did they send me my own shit back?
Hey, shout out that UPS driver. I would not do that shit.
Because he knew what that was. He's vomiting on himself right now as
Oh,
he
yeah.
turns around.
He's like, bro, kill me. Right now.
And then he just plowed into my Rogue and left.
Damn near.
I know, I'm waiting to see if it's okay. Well, anyway, so what is your favorite memory
Of my mom?
of your mom on Mother's Day? Not just like in general.
I remember.
They did. They mailed my shit back to me.
That's fucking disgusting.
What
Oh,
the hell,
holy
bro?
shit.
I think it's because it's your poop.
Yeah, I'm gonna die.
Why
before
don't
you
they
get
just
that.
throw it
Okay,
away?
go ahead and talk to Cameron. Y'all, I got to make a phone call to my primary care physician to find out why they mail my shit back to me. God damn.
Oh.
They want you to flush it.
Oh my god. Well, I'll probably have to now.
Ah! Okay, so what is your favorite memory with your mother for Mother's Day?
I remember one year, I think it was 2017, I had like never done anything for my mom at that point, and I remember I told my dad, I was like, I need $5 to go to the Dollar Tree, and he was like, for what? You know, my dad's a dick, but and we went to
Dollar Tree.
the Dollar Tree, and I got her a fake rose and a pack of Reese cups, and she said it was perfect.
She meant that. I guarantee she did, because everybody loves Reese cups, and I bet she still has that rose somewhere.
Probably. Oh no, it is. It is in there.
Okay, I was gonna say, I bet she still has that. That's so cute.
Yeah. Shout out my mom. My mom cool.
I have gotten, you know, since I'm a lot older,
Oh yeah. What's your favorite memory with your mom?
I get my mom the same thing every year, just because she loves them, which is ferns. And we usually get a couple that hang, but we stopped doing that because now that our yard's a bird sanctuary, they make homes in the ferns. So now we have lots of...
Guys, Cameron
Fern
might be
houses.
having a little bit longer of an experience here. So here's our list, Nick, that we were talking about before. I will. Yeah, she's like, you need to call Cologuard immediately
Oh God.
because I guess
Is
it's
it not
like,
decayed at that point?
I don't know.
Hell no. Kill me before I get to that age.
I know, right?
Shit.
Okay.
Nick, shut the fuck up. You are that age. You gonna be shitting in a box?
I know, right? Real soon.
Fucking
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay.
Or do you want me to do it on video to Cologuard? Like, why did you mail my shit back?
I know, right?
Are you done talking to Cameron now?
Yeah, we can be done.
Okay.
We'll just pause and wait.
Alright, guys. Have a good day, y'all.
Thank you, Cameron,
Oh, yeah.
for coming on today.
Yep.
Next
I gotta
up
come back.
is Cologuard 2000.
Y'all, can you? Sorry about that. I'll call them later. Turns out when we took the box to be shipped to the clinical laboratories, they didn't even put the fucking shipping label on it, so it just basically shipped right back to me. So I have to get a hold of the actual company and probably have them ship me another one.
Hey, at least you'll already know exactly what to do.
Oh my god. Anyway, what in the world? So anyway, Nick, you had mentioned to me that they're no longer testing milk in the
Oh God, there's so much we could go into, but
So
we're
much.
just
Oh,
going to
we
mention
did talk
that
about
because everyone needs to know. The FDA is no longer testing milk in the United States.
So if you want milk that you know has been tested, go to
Kroger, Costco, and Aldi. They all three do independent party testing because it's stricter standards than what the FDA guidelines were. Which we kind of all knew that because I've never heard anybody say, I hate Kroger dairy.
right. I agree.
Their cheese tastes better, their sour
They do.
cream tastes
I'm
better,
very
their
picky with my
butter
cheese.
tastes better, their milk tastes better, their creamer tastes better.
And Aldi's, I actually like their cheese too. Like there's certain things where I like to have name brand because of the taste, and that one of those is peanut butter, and the
It is
other
a big
is
deal. I can do Kroger peanut butter though.
is the cheese. It's cheese. Usually I go for Sargento or
Something that tastes
something
like
that
it.
tastes like super. The sharper, the better. So, Nick, you've been shopping. You told me that you have purchased some new attire, including this very sexy
Golfing vest.
golfing vest. I didn't know you golfed.
No, but I like to look like I'm always doing something on the run. So
but-
I notice how all the other 45-year-old dads dress, and they wear workout pants that they don't actually work out in. With
And
whatever
never wear
their
underwear.
favorite
Dick be
t-shirt.
crawling down their leg.
Well, I did wear underwear.
Yes.
Because this is very
Yeah, you can't
form-fitting.
let that get out. People be tripping on
Right. It just causes problems. Accidents happen.
it. Right,
everything.
rolls out into traffic.
But they always have these vests on too. I just don't have the hat because it's not sunny.
Right.
But when it is sunny, I do have a hat, and I wear it all the time.
So, hat with, yeah.
Yeah. So go to Meijer if you like lots of outdoor clothing. They have some really good brands. Everything I have on is soft because I realized I have sensory issues, and soft clothes just feel better.
Yeah, I agree. It's like finding the right fabric to clean your glasses. Like,
Unfortunately, that's all synthetic fabrics.
yeah.
I do, however, like 100% cotton, like the Malaysian cut, not capri, almost capris. You know
Yes.
what I'm talking about? That like hippie
Mhm.
guys wear. I have a couple of those, and they are extremely comfortable. They're like
They
yoga
sound
pants,
comfortable.
but slightly crispier.
So, we were talking that there were a few sitcoms that you watched that are
Going away.
The
they're ending.
Connors, and you said the Righteous Gemstones, which I began watching the Connors, lost interest. Righteous Gemstones, I haven't started watching that, but I told Nick I'm going to because
It's-
I see
I
memes
cry
everywhere.
out loud from the jokes. The sibling rivalry on that fucking show is so magically legendary.
I definitely have to check that out. And then you said the Connors, and then
Connors everybody said they cried the last episode. Well, all 6 of them have aired, so I get to sit and binge it.
Okay.
And
Maybe
then
I will too.
I'll get to sit and binge the rest of the Righteous Gemstones. But I've been getting such shitty signal in my room. And I hate sitting out in the family room. And watching
Maybe,
movies.
but how many seasons of the Gemstones are there? Quite a few?
4.
Okay,
5.
so not too many?
I think they got it up to 5 so they could do syndication.
Okay. Well, maybe by the time you get back from vacation, that'll be my homework to watch the Gemstones.
To watch Gemstones, because
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what, guys. If you have access to HBO Max,
Thanks, so.
Righteous Gemstones is worth the time. It is so effing funny. In the last season, even better, there's going to be a spin-off, so you might get to see some of the people from the show later.
Yeah.
But it's all going to be about Walter Goggins. Baby Billy Bobby.
That's so funny.
I love that name.
So the thing that I watched was over the weekend. I watched Sister Wives. This was the memorial for their son Garrison, who had taken his own life last year. It was very well put together. We're not going to stay on this topic too long because it's a dreary one. But
Where did they live at?
so they were all from Utah, and they were in a polygamous family. And at the beginning of the show, like the first episodes, it shows them basically fighting with the state of Utah to legalize polygamy, but they moved to Las Vegas. They live in Las Vegas for a while, and then they moved to Flagstaff, Arizona, and that's where the family kind of stayed and then started breaking apart. He went from having 4 wives, now he's just down to 1. The first wife to leave has now remarried the cutest guy ever. Oh my God, he's so adorable. And the one son that belonged to Cody and Janelle, Garrison, he had a drinking problem, and she said on the episode that he never liked drinking before COVID, but whatever happened during COVID, got
It
to
made
him.
everybody
It made everybody
drink.
crazy. It did.
I drank a bunch during COVID. I don't drink anymore.
I know. I didn't.
I mean, I didn't get drunk, but we absolutely.
I
drank
enjoyed
about
staying
4
home a little
bottles.
too much.
4
I
bottles
enjoyed
of
it.
liquor during lockdown.
But, okay, so Nick will be leaving next week to go on vacation to, wait for it, you guys aren't ready. You aren't ready because I'm... Sorry, I forgot he was gay.
Oh,
That's why I didn't. That's why he was like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that?"
I was like, that was my
He
toe.
doesn't like you.
That was
my
my toe.
fucking toe, you hoe. Wrong way, bitch. My favorite Wicked Witch is going to Salem, Massachusetts.
Can I just tell you, this is like
I'm so excited
Muslims
for you.
going to Mecca, Christians going to Elvis's house. Like, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be fucking it.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited.
I'm going to every $25 cheesy mannequin museum, every fucking witch store. I'm gonna eat every witch loaded fries and witch smoothie and witch danishes.
He's gonna bring
And-
me back a black flame candle that a virgin's gonna light
Oh,
and invoke
right.
3 fucking
I'm
witches.
gonna lick the wall in that house. Like, it's on. I'm gonna be so witchy. And then I'm gonna
Oh my
wash it all off with a bath in Niagara Falls afterwards.
On the New York side or the Canada?
The New York side, because my passport has not come in yet.
Okay.
Which is normal.
So
I did pay for expedited, but not the... There's 3 levels of passport. I got the one where they do the paperwork instantly the day that I put it in, but it'll still take the same
Right.
amount of time to get it back. There's a cheaper one where they take 4 to 6 weeks to do the paperwork,
Oh yeah.
and then another 3 months possibly for it to be mailed. I skipped that whole first process, paid the $190 instead of $130 something.
Oh, that's good. And did you have to go to the BMV to do that?
No, I went to the Northridge Branch Library. A library. Post office.
Post office. Okay.
Northridge Branch. Post office. I was about to say library again. My brain wanted to say library.
You know,
Oh, I thought so too. I was like, nobody went out the back door and it just opened, but it didn't.
What the fuck is he doing?
I think he's doing that thing, Morse code.
What is that?
Maybe he's charging his fleshlight.
That could be a possibility. So anyway, so Nick's going on vacation, and there, you know, another thing that Nick is doing is learning how to be bilingual. And I tested him out on it, and he come in and I said, "Hola, como estas?" And he was like, "Oh, and I was like, "Don't get excited, Nick, because that's all I know."
Right, and then I said something. I said, I think
I am man, you are woman.
Yes.
You have child.
Yes. It was very.
I pull woman by hair.
Yes.
Bam, bam with big stick.
That's what the first lessons were basically to say how I am man, you are man, and then like another one was like tui como, tui comas, tui come. Which means
Marissa
something
Tomei.
like you eat, they eat, I eat, you eat, we all eat.
You know, let
And
them
then-
eat cake.
If we were talking about apples, it'd be manzanas.
You know, you're so smart. You know who else is smart?
Thank you, Duolingo.
You know who else is smart? My niece, Aurora Borealis Avulala. That's a mouthful.
The last one, Avulala. I like that. That's kind of neat.
That's actually her last name.
Aubergine.
So my bestie
Today.
friend Bert,
And this is
has
the one
two
that
children.
Riley's best friend, mother.
no. Bert is my best friend.
Not
That's
over the-
that's
okay.
Tiffany.
Tiffany. Okay.
Brittany's my best friend. Brittany had two children. One was Colt, and the other was Aurora. That was not always Aurora's name. Aurora has a dead name. So if you know, you know. But I just want to and that's not her name's not Aurora Borealis. I forget what her I forget what her middle
that
name
would
is, but
be
you
cool.
know I'm extra with all my kids and everybody.
Aurora
so.
Borealis.
So I said, here, I'll play, because,
And she owns the rights to whatever she's
yeah,
getting ready
because
to
this is
play.
my voice, you know,
Yeah.
my
You
shitty,
morons.
you morons, you don't mess with my stuff. Okay, these are great,
Have they
so,
done anything recently, those
No.
two? I didn't think so.
So like I need to sing her like a lullaby or not like a lullaby, like some sort of congratulatory aria or a little ditty of sorts. And I
Poor choice of words.
rather emotional right now. What's the degree in? Please tell me it's liposuction and plastic surgery.
it's
I
not.
know, because we will help you open up a clinic.
It's not. She doing dumb shit.
I will make an original song.
This is for,
So
oh,
happy for you and your college graduation, and I love you. Even
Yeah,
though I
oh.
don't have a PlayStation, it's a
my grandson jumped in.
He's just singing along. I'm in mama.
That's my autistic grandson.
Yeah, I have tape. But anyway, say congratulations
Hey, I heard it that time. He did it. He got it good there.
on your graduation.
Graduation car.
Race car works too.
So-
Congratulations on your race car, Aurora.
And so Aurora, I was gonna see if I could get.
Where
I
are they
think
going to? It's college, not high school, right?
Correct.
Which college?
I forget. It's in Michigan. So there's the Aurora.
Oh my god, I love her glasses.
Aurora Ave Lamont, Bachelors of Fine Arts.
That's so funny because I know
There's my best friend Berber, and that's Aurora.
Ber-
I love that color lipstick on her.
I know somebody with the exact same last name as her.
Really? That's a very rare last name.
They might be. I don't want to say it on.
That is my beautiful niece, Aurora Borealis.
Because I don't think that they would appreciate being mentioned on air, even if it was a good life. Here, I'll write it down.
Yeah, write it down because that doesn't ring a bell.
That was her original. That's her first name, but that was
Was-
her original pre-married last name.
Okay.
And she probably is this name now.
Okay. So don't quote me, but I think that
Because
the
this
dad's
person.
from Michigan and like the family is from
Oh,
that.
okay. Then there
So,
would be no.
and this name doesn't ring a bell. However, that doesn't mean anything because it doesn't ring a bell to me.
Right.
So it could be. But anyway,
Right, because-
congratulations, Aurora. We love you so very, 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 very much. Your mother only loves you about that much. She lied to your ass.
I hope that wherever your school was, that it was near Saginaw, because can I just tell you that was the best place I've ever been in Michigan. It was like, imagine if
What
you
was
took
that about?
a gay city.
Do you remember?
Oh, that was me talking about my besties moving back.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, Saginaw. If you took that city in Rhode Island that's gay, Providence.
Providence. I'm
And
going to
you
ask her
moved
if
it
she
to
knows that name,
Michigan.
but I don't think so.
If you move it to Michigan, that's what this place was. It's like a 2-hour ferry ride from Chicago. It's almost right across the water from that city in Wisconsin that's close to Chicago, Madison. It's like across the
Madison.
river or the lake. Anyway, it's pretty there. And it's super gay, and the houses are gorgeous, and there's tons of shit to do there. And dispensaries everywhere.
Right. Dispensaries.
Okay, so also, welcome home. Caroline and Scott, two of my best friends, are moving back from New Jersey for a couple years before
Welcome
they save
home,
up to move
Scott
to
and
England.
Caroline.
I know, I'm excited.
That would have been my grandson's name if he would have been a girl. Would have been Caroline.
They're doing some really hard work right now, fixing up a house. So, hopefully that's going to
That's
go all
always
well,
hard
and that
work.
there are no unexpected setbacks on that.
Yes. Always expect the unexpected.
Word, especially if you
Just
watch
like
anything-
if you're in prison, like Diddy,
Oh, speaking of Diddy, I know, right?
his trial has began.
Let's just say this is going to ruin everyone's summer, so don't pay attention to the news between now and October, and then we'll do a summer recap. Remember how we did as kids? You literally took off from the universe from the day you got out of school until the day before you went back.
The only thing you worried about was playing in the dirt
And movies. You went to the drive-in a lot in the summertime.
or bowling.
Bowling. That was definitely where you went.
And the
there.
movie theater was right across the street, so you could do both.
Oh, Inglewood was such a great place to grow up out there. I remember the bowling alley in Brookville. I remember the
The
one-
Melody. So here's
Oh,
the
yes.
Melody, and right across from it. Now
Okay,
it's like
well,
all
you know,
falling
I
apart.
consider that Clayton because I'm from
True.
Phillipsburg.
True.
But you're right. I think it got torn down, or there's shit growing up. There's like trees.
Oh, at the bowling alley?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I went
And
past
mind
there
you,
recently.
this was like a Royal Z, and if you're from
Oh
Dayton,
yeah, we had the
those
time of
were
our
the
lives, man.
premium creme de la creme bowling alleys.
That's right.
Where
Every
rich,
Wednesday,
oh,
every Wednesday night, you guys know my best friend Josh that passed away before Christmas and didn't ask me if I was okay with it because I wasn't. His parents were avid bowlers. Josh and his brother were
Mine too.
excellent bowlers.
We
I
probably-
can't bowl worth
you
a
know,
shit.
honestly,
we
we
had
don't-
to have crossed paths.
we probably played together.
I didn't bowl. I hung out and watched.
Right, and there was like a kids' room where like You could drop off babies, but you could also go in there and watch TV sometimes.
Yes. Yep. I was in, and there was air conditioning in there. It was
And
always
it was the
hot.
only room not smoky.
Right.
There was,
Yeah, because they could
if
smoke
you
in
were
there. I stayed in
under
there.
4 foot tall, you were okay.
Yeah, you were under the
But I
cloud.
was tall, so my head was right in there with the short adults that were smoking. Oh,
Yes. You know, I remember going into restaurants and being like, we'll take the non-smoking sections, but what really is a non-smoking? You're in the same damn area and you're smoking. You're still getting. I
Max
could
and
never
Rose,
understand.
It was like we had like a Wendy's room on the front. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like so.
Sunroom like
that was the smoking room,
Right.
And then the bar was smoking. You wouldn't complain if you were closer to the kitchen. But if you were that one table that was next to smoking, you're always like, excuse me, it smells like smoke here. No shit, bitch.
Right.
You are 14 inches from the smoking section.
Right. And I could never, one of my biggest icks was people that would, be eating and smoking at the same time. That was just so disgusting. Their ashes would be falling in their food, and I'm like, ugh.
We were big time smokers. We didn't
Even,
smoke
I
while
was
we
a
were
smoker
eating,
too, but I
we
was a
smoked
proper smoker.
in between.
Yes, I was a proper smoker.
You smoked
After the meal.
to make we smoked to make your food come. Because if you light a cigarette up after you eat your salad, your food comes right out somehow. Like it was like a rule or a law. They're like, oh, table 11 smoking, get their food now.
See, even when I did smoke and went into restaurants and stuff, or into public places, I never smoked because I just, growing up, there were people in and out of our house. You know, it was my grandma's house, so I had her other
Grandma's houses were always smoky.
You know, and I had cousins coming through because that was their grandma too, and my grandma was like a grandma to her to her nieces and nephews. So I had all these cousins coming through. Sometimes cousins would live with us, and at one point, everybody in the house but me and my dad and my grandma smoked, and there was 7 people in the house, and she
That
would
was my
never let me
grandma's
air
house.
the house out. She'd never open fucking windows or nothing. Shut them windows. It would make me so mad. Oh God, and I would get so sick. She would heat the house with kerosene heaters, and my doctor would tell her
So you lived with carbon monoxide poisoning.
everywhere.
You
the
have
doctors.
to crack windows if you're using a kerosene
Oh,
heater.
the
Not
doctors
just
would
one.
tell her.
There has to be a cross draft.
The doctors would tell her, your granddaughter has asthma because you're heating the house with 2 air conditioners. You're not airing out the house, and you're all smoking in your house.
Okay,
And
I can
I would-
imagine what the air conditioner looked like because I
Oh,
always
it was
looked-
awful.
It would sweat tar juice.
It would sweat, and it had a yellow hue to it. But yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. So even when I was a smoker, I never smoked in the house, except our house that we had before this one had a window kind of like that in the kitchen. It was a little bit smaller. I called it my drive-through window. There was no you just opened it and it was the outside. There was no screen in it. But if it was cold outside, I would hang out that window and smoke. So yeah, sometimes the
I
smoke
had
would
done
come
that
back in the
before.
house, but I technically, there was no ashtrays sitting around my house. I wasn't smoking in the house. But yeah, it was.
I can
So.
only imagine. I'm so glad because years removed from smoking, it really stinks. I do like it
Yeah.
when you meet the smoker who you don't smell it on them. I have a couple
That's who I was.
coworkers that smoke. Do you know I have a sensitive nose, y'all, and they always think I'm
too.
talking about them when I talk about the way cigarette smokes, but I'm not because I literally have never smelled it on their breath. I've never smelled it in their hair. And I
very
walk past
particular.
them 30 times a day, so it's I definitely don't notice it on my coworkers.
That's
And
good.
there's 4 that smoke, and I honestly can't think of a time I've ever smelled it on any of them.
Yeah, because sometimes that could just be enough for me anyway to get me just
And they all have a lot of hair, so
it would permeate to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then my bestie, I've never smelled cigarettes on them.
Yeah, when I worked at Check Into Cash, that's a good segue to that other thing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we'll be done. when I worked at Check Into Cash, the lady that worked there before I came in, she smoked, and I also smoked, but then the manager, Tam, she did not. But she would always say, then we had another girl, Kaylee, come in. Kaylee smoked. Kaylee's grandfather is actually the landlord of this house. So she smoked, and Tam was like, I can always smell the cigarette smoke on her, but I can't smell it on you. I was like, oh, well, that's because I'm ADHD and I think about all these things. So I'll go outside. Okay, the wind's blowing that way, so my back will be facing this way, and then the smoke will go that way, and it'll blow away from me, and it's not going to stick to my clothes. That was like one of my things. Because every time I would hug somebody in my family, that's all you would smell. And, you know, and then I have this thing where I always have it's like a little, I don't have one on there now because I have the little strips, but it's like a little breath spray that I keep on my thing.
What was it when we were kids? Banaka?
Banaka.
Banaka.
You know what? I think it might still be Banaka, but like in a different packaging. No. It's made by the Listerines.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Listerine!
I don't use them anymore, but if you ever have funkadelic breath, get them Listerine cool strip things, stick them on your tongue.
That's what I have.
It
in my
lights
thing.
your tongue on fire.
On fire.
Like literally on fire, and then 5 minutes later you
You're
have the
fine.
best breath.
Best breath ever. But speaking of Check Into Cash, Nick and I were talking before we started recording.
Assholes.
Talking about asshole customers. Because when I went to the BMV to obtain my elderly sticker, well, the first time it was fine. The second time I sat there for about 10 minutes, and right over here was like the front desk greeter lady. And in the 10 minutes I sat there, the shit that this woman had to listen to from the fucking customers. So when I walked up to get my turn or
They're
whatever,
truly feral, but not in the cute way. They're feral in the
they were
like
awful. Like, she
someone
can't help it
needs
that
to,
you're not
like,
fucking prepared.
trip them into a swimming
The
pool.
one guy was like, started saying, well, she said this. She's like, sir, I did not help you. He's like, yeah, but you was standing there, make you just as guilty as she is. And I wanted to, like, bitch.
What universe is that
Oh
kind
my
of logic?
God. So,
yeah, but
right. So I go to get help, and I told the lady, I was like, and I was loud about it too. I was like, the amount of disrespect I heard in the 10 minutes I sat in that chair to that woman at that desk. I said, I'm going to tell you right now, you could not pay me enough to work here because I would walk out with an assault charge every day. The way grown-ass adults act to other grown-ass adults in a place of business. And that lady said,
I
honey,
love her for saying that.
she told me, she said, ma'am, you'd be surprised. This lady said that she had a guy throw something at her. And then behind me was like a wall-size painting of like, I think it was an airplane, like the Wright Brothers type stuff. She said that one guy, it just wasn't his turn, and he was confused. And she's like, sir, I'm sorry, this isn't, the right number. You're next up. If you could just have a seat, I'll be right with you. He went and had a seat and just started bashing his head into the wall. They had to replace the whole bottom portion of that painting and the wall because this motherfucker was bashing his head in the wall. And I was like, because he had to wait a few more minutes? Like, I can't describe to you how many times we've had people come into the Check Into Cash because it was a loan place wanting money, but you already have like 3 other loans out at 3 other loan places, and we can't give you money, and then that's our fault?
And right, it's your fault.
Right, and
for
they
not
would
going
go
along with their delusion.
off. But the best part about it was when they tried to storm out the door, our door was backwards. So like if you were to go out a door, usually you would go for the right side and open it, from right to left. No, our door opened from left to right. So if you were trying to storm out, you weren't storming out from right to left. So you would literally run head first into that door and slam your whole fucking self into it, trying to prove a point. And we would just laugh and laugh and laugh at them. And be like, other side, dummy.
They get laughed at. It's
like, look at you. Storming out didn't work to your advantage, did it?
not at all.
Oh, it was wonderful. So anyway, thank you for joining us this week, and we will bid adieu to you. And you. Good boy. And we will wish Nick a safe travel with his mother to Salem, Massachusetts, and I can't wait to get my virgin black flame candle from him.
Yeah.
And this has been the Punk Unicorns
Podcast.
Podcast with Nikki B.
And Mama K.
We'll see you in 2 weeks, bitches.
That's right, 2 fucking weeks.
Don't cry for us, Brittany White song. I promise we'll be back again.
And there might be a special from Salem. Ooh.